Javon Stevens says he has spent nearly 21 years paying for his crime.
It's all about decisions that you make. And I made a decision that cost me a lot.
No, not behind bars. He only spent a handful of months in jail. But being convicted of a felony at 20 years old took him out of college and sent him down a different path.
It's something that just doesn't go away. On every corner, it's like it reappears.
Javon says he's worked hard to become an upstanding member of the community, keeping out of trouble, raising 6 children, even volunteering as a mentor.
I try to put the pieces of the puzzle back together, realizing now at an older age what I lost, what I compromised, and try to be that pillar, that example to my kids of what it is that you need to do and what you don't need to do.
But no matter how much progress he makes, a critical aspect of our democracy has remained off limits: the right to vote. Florida was one of 4 states that barred former felons, or returning citizens as many like to be called, from voting for life.
You want to be able to have some say-so, be able to have your vote count and know what's going on, but when you don't have a right to vote, you're just an idle conversation on the sideline with valid points that mean nothing because no one hears you.
When Florida voters passed Amendment 4 in November 2018, giving him back that right, Javon was ecstatic.
I high-five some of everybody. I call all my Facebook friends. I have a lot of classmates. I called them all, hey, thank you for passing it, whatever the case may be.
He quickly registered and was planning to vote in the next election. But as of July 1st, he'll still be unable. A law passed by the Republican-led Florida legislature mandates former inmates must pay all restitution, court fines, and fees before they'll get that right back.
We're having this conversation because a certain political party is very much afraid that the voting of the new people that come into the registration system will be mostly Democratic.
Ira Robb is a former New York State Supreme Court justice. He says the majority of people affected will be minorities and believes each side has political motives. But he says there may be a workaround of sorts: local judges.
They can waive the fines and fees by asking the court for a relief of that type based upon certain circumstances. Could be that the applicant is now a great citizen, he's working well, he's doing public service on his own, he may work for the government.
But that could mean rights could depend on your zip code.
Those who are conservative will probably deny it. Those who are more liberal probably will grant it.
Presidential candidate and New Jersey Senator Cory Booker called it a poll tax. Former Justice Robb agrees.
Because these are poor people. They just haven't got the money. And if they don't have the money, and the government knows that they don't have the money, and making them pay it as a requirement to register is a poll tax, because it's forcing them to find money somewhere in the world to be able to vote.
Republicans say paying the fines is just part of the completion of their sentence.
Every piece of this plan makes sense, and it is generous. People have to be held accountable, but I also believe in redemption. There has to be a way home.
But for former felons still struggling to find a good job and a steady income, fines are hard to pay. Javon himself owes nearly $800.
The amount that I owed in restitution was the amount that I made a month.
Instead, he wants people to pay attention to how former felons are living their lives today.
When you have those that have done what they're supposed to do, they're living right, doing what they're supposed to do, paying their bills, paying their taxes, taking care of their family, not getting in any type of trouble and things like that. Just handling your business, taking care of business. That should be a situation that you should be able to look at and say, you know what, we need to definitely make some type of change and do the right thing about this, because it's not right. It's just not right.
A lawsuit challenging the idea that fines must be paid before voting rights are restored is expected.